Welcome to In the Black with Erica Black. On this week's episode, we will discuss 5 smart tips for working moms to manage their finances. This week, my guest will be Alicia Current Stewart. She is the founder and CEO of Wealth Care Essentials.
To do this. I really appreciate it. So today we're just going to talk about 5 tips to help working moms. If you could just give me a little bit about yourself, a little quick intro, if you don't mind.
Oh, not at all. For your audience, my name is Alicia Current, and I am a financial counselor. I've been in industry for more than 35 years, and I've served many individuals, companies throughout the country and throughout the nation for several years now.
Oh my God. 30 years. So just for everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to In the Black. As you may already know, because you got the email link with all of my contact information. But my name is Erica Black. I am a top producing real estate professional in the DMV. I'm ranked in the top 1% for the Mid-Atlantic region, and I'm in the top 5% in international sales at Coldwell Banker. So that's just a little bit about me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let you take it away, Alicia. So if you could just tell us some quick tips about, helping our moms here.
First, to start off with some quick tips on getting started with helping moms. One of the things that we like to start with is just having a core and a base, what it is when it comes to your working and throughout your career. And what do we mean by a base? Having a good foundation as to what your goals are and what your mission is as it relates to your work, and balancing that out throughout your career is very helpful. Having a foundation gives you guidance and direction to align with whatever missions and purpose that you have for your life. So having a core foundation that you can always come back to is really key. And that would be the first tip.
First tip. That's right. You should always, having a solid foundation. I know I was just looking at this workout group that I'm on in Facebook. And so pretty much the fitness trainer, he was like, yeah, everyone is like, how do I lose weight? And what's the quickest way? And then he was like, I've helped several people over the years. And he said, at the end of the day, it's about that foundation. Do you have the determination and the drive? So, and that's in regards to fitness, but it's the same way, and physical fitness, but it's the same way when it comes to also financial fitness. So thanks for sharing that, Alicia. What other tips do you have for us?
As you move through your career, there are certain things that you want to put in place as you generate income. And one of the important things is your asset protection. It's good that we're making money. We also want to make sure that we're saving money and we're protecting our money. And there are many ways that you can protect your money, in particular throughout your career when you're generating income. You want to be able to be in a position to preserve that and protect that for yourself and for your family. There are certain vehicles and resources that you're able to do that for. As far as protecting it, the main thing we should make sure that we're looking at is we're protecting all areas. The insurance for ourselves, our spouses, our family, our homes, and the 9 yard. The other thing to look at as you're generating your income through your career is how do we save it and how do we protect it? There's a number of instruments that are out there that you can do it. Far as investing in your 401k account, investing in different type of savings account, and learning new ways about how to leverage your money and welcome new ways of generating income for your money. There are a lot of ways that you can do that in new markets that we might not be aware of.
Hey, that's a really, really good point. You said a mouthful in regards to protecting your money, yeah, and it's just, and it's a range. So I'm sure you're going to come back on the show in the future, but to talk about those different ranges, there's estate planning, there's the life insurance that you mentioned, and if you have a business, you want to make sure you have insurances for those businesses. I know I have, a whole lot of different insurances. It's an insurance for everything, you know. So I'm so happy that you brought that up, because that is something that our moms should consider focusing on, especially if you have a 401k at your job, or if you I know at one of my now that I'm self-employed, I just, I don't have any insurances that anyone is contributing to. But I remember when I was working for the state, it was free life insurance. It was like $10,000 just for working in the state. And all I had to do was just make sure I signed up. So you want to make sure that you talk to that HR person and just see, what's available, even if it costs you money. But they may have just a simple policy that's like $10,000 that assists you with burial at your job that you're not even aware of. So that's a great point. Do you have some more tips to share with us?
Oh, absolutely. While you're saving and while you're investing and protecting, you also want to make sure that you're budgeting. One key thing that we often miss is, while we're making these monies, we also want to make sure that we're budgeting it properly to make sure that we're sustainable. I mean, we're going through our crisis right now, and all of us are really in a position now where we're tightening the budget and making sure that we have our finances in a place where we're able to sustain ourselves. And so that's key too. We might just have to go back to that core again and realign ourselves to make sure we're in line with our budget. And if we're not, make sure that we're getting those things in place so that we're able to manage it and re-budget it and do what's possible so that we can continue to carry on, especially during this epidemic that we're carrying now. And then also make sure that when we're budgeting, we're involving the entire family, and we're not just doing it alone. We have to make sure that we're working with our significant other, the other family members that may be involved, so that there's a clear understanding on how we're managing and budgeting our money.
That is so, so important. I know that, some working moms are also, wives. So, as a wife, you want to make sure that you are involved in those decision-making in your household. You want to make sure you're aware of that budget. So, in some households, it is actually the wife that is running the finances. But if you're in the situation as a mom and a wife, and your husband is running those finances, you want to make sure that you are also on that wavelength. And if you don't understand something, you want to, sit down with your husband and say, hey, I really want you to explain this to me. If you're not here, how can we go on as a family? And, when it comes down to the budget, if he isn't there, because we just talked briefly about estate planning, what are those passwords to make sure all the bills are paid? What's the list of all the people that we pay every month? It's just those small little basics. So yeah, thanks for bringing up that budget, because that is definitely the foundation to your wealth, your financial wealth picture. It all starts with the budget. What's coming in, what's going out. Yeah. So, okay. So you got a couple more things for us.
I do. One of the things that we have to keep in mind and remember is ourselves. And what do I mean by ourselves? We have to take time. When we get in our hustle, we might get in autopilot mode where we don't pull up. And so we have to make sure that it's important that we take time out for ourselves, that we're recharging, rejuvenating, because you have to make sure that you're taking care of you, making sure that you're doing those things to keep the balance, whether it's physically, especially mentally. Sometimes we can get into those stresses where we don't come out of if we don't come off of autopilot. So make sure that you're taking time for yourself, Make sure you're taking time for your family, doing those things that you like to do for yourself personally so that it can continue to be impactful and fruitful with your work.
Self-care. Oh my God. Yes, yes, ladies. We have to take care of ourselves. And, there are so many tips of how to do that. And I know it can be a challenge right now while we're all quarantined in the house. But, if that's meditating, if that's, taking the time to do some yoga. I know I've been working out, and taking advantage of all these virtual workouts that people are doing on Facebook. Reading your Bible, because a lot of people think that, okay, self-care, well, self-care is me getting my nails done, me getting my hair done, like just different things that cost a lot of money. It doesn't have to cost money, or a significant amount of money. You can, I even picked up a coloring book recently. So, you can color, write that poetry that you used to write, journal, whatever you need to do so that you can focus on yourself, run that bubble bath. When do we have enough time that we're at home where we can run a bubble bath? Usually we're always on the go, especially people here in the DMV, you're just moving, going. So take this time, that glass of wine, whatever it is that you usually don't get to do because you're commuting an hour to work, then you commute an hour back home, and then you have to cook, you have to be with the kids, just so many things you have to do as a mom. And so now, by us not driving back and forth to work, you have a little bit more time so that you can take care of yourself. So thanks. That's a really good point. Thanks, Alicia. So you have another, I think this is your final tip for us.
The final tip is really huge. We have to make sure that we are paying it forward as we work, and we work towards our wealth care. And what do we mean by that? We want to be in a position where we're not just working just for ourselves. Let's be in a position where we're working for our family. We're teaching our families the importance of creating wealth for ourselves within our families, teaching our families and especially our kids and our young ones how money works. Let's start that at an early age. Let's make sure that we're involving the family in their learning process and learning different types of money and how money works for us. Let's pay it forward as we continue to work. Let's make sure that we're sowing into our future. We're sowing into our community. We're sowing into our families. That it's just not about us making money. There's a giving process. There's contribution. There's legacy to be built. And so make sure that we keep that in mind. Right. So that we're living beyond just working a 9 to 5 and we're working towards passion. We're working towards purpose. We're paying it forward and we're creating a system and we're sowing into our future when it comes to that. So.
Wow, that was very deep. Paying it forward. You taking time out of your schedule to do this is a way that you are paying it forward. So I really, really do appreciate you taking this time. I know that you were, going home to spend time with your mom, but you decided to educate us on, how to take better care of ourselves, how to take better care of our finances. So I greatly, greatly appreciated you just paying it forward and also encouraging us to continue to pay it forward. Thank you so much. Are there any final things that you want to mention to conclude, or you want to?
Well, this is exciting. I just wanted to thank you for the opportunity to share with you and your audience. And I think you are doing such a wonderful job in keeping us in the black and helping us to learn also with what you're doing and how we can continue to learn different streams of finances. And so as we move forward and learning more, I just wanted to thank you for the opportunity. It's just been a real blessing, and I'm so grateful to you.
Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you everyone for joining us. I hope this was helpful. It was a lot of information. I mean, it was 5 tips, but it is a lot of information to digest. So our information is definitely on the front of the flyer. There's our websites. And if you want any additional information, definitely check out the email that I provide to you where you got the Zoom information, and you can reach out. And Alicia, she's been doing this for over 30 years, so she's a beast. Right? She is a goat, so she can definitely help you. And if there's any smaller questions that you want to ask me, you can definitely do that. I'm and by no means certified. This is a professional. So, make sure you reach out if you have any more questions, and stay tuned. Next week, we're going to be discussing home warranties, 5 reasons why you should consider purchasing a home warranty. So that's going to be interesting. So I'm looking forward to that. Thank you so much. I will see you next week.
Thank you for subscribing to In the Black. See you soon.